across the leagues that are dropping. I think this. I mean, is it cable cutting? Honestly, the TV numbers are important.
But NFL, I feel like there's a reason. You know, there's like a reason. Like, okay, there's people don't like watching the concussion thing, or I think people don't like watching people get concussed now that they're more.
Nah,
there's like
that's
perception
BS.
going around.
The concussion thing
I don't
is
think
BS.
that's BS.
No.
You might think you might think it's BS, but people do think it's true. So I think they'll stop tuning into. I've seen people do that. But
if
also,
anything, it's the anthem protest.
That's what I was gonna say. The anthem protests are gonna be a key contributing thing. I do think TV ratings. You might say they're not that important.
No,
whenever they're in line to get a huge media deal. That's the thing they're gonna look at. They're gonna be like, wow, they're 200,000 to watch this. This is garbage.
They are.
Do you know how much their current media deal is worth? What they're getting like 90 million per season. That's like less than an expansion team.
TV numbers are important, but right now I would be more. The thing is, you want to develop a culture. Do you know how much easier it is to be like, hey guys, the stadium's sold out. It's gonna be wild. People are gonna enjoy the game.
Well, I mean, look at Atlanta United.
Well, how many neutrals are going to their games because they know it's sold out?
I bet you a lot.
They have this huge barbecue before the game. So, I mean, it's interesting to hear from Callum because he spent, he grew up in Birmingham, the West Midlands. He grew up watching and loving the sport, and it's interesting to get his perspective because he now, works for Minnesota United, MLS, and covers the game here. Quick story here, Armand, just to tell you about, the commitment to soccer. I have one of my cousin's boyfriend, his club in Switzerland, Sion, tiny club. And no, actually, it's Thun, up in the Alps. And he sits there, and the club financially struggles. So every season, he writes a check to the club to support them.
Nice.
So that is the passion in which this sport, encompasses. That's
Let me say this. I think it's huge when a guy like Callum is beaming with praise for MLS.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't shy. I mean, it wasn't like he was like, oh, it's okay. I mean, obviously he works for Minnesota United, but it wasn't like he was. I think people who watch soccer know that MLS is a very quality league. It's just now, what's next? Are they going to add a promotion relegation? Are they going to become more of a selling league? We saw what happened with Montreal and Balou. I hope I said his name right. When they just sold him to Barcelona B. Mm-hmm. We're in Jack Harrison might go to Stoke City. What is next for MLS? I'm betting my money, and I think a lot of people bet their money, that it become predominantly more of that middleman league, which is huge. Because that's how you attract those younger South Americans. Are like, hey, we want to play in Europe one day. That's the goal. Well, you can go through MLS. Look what Jack Harrison did. Look at what Baloo did coming through the academy.
Barco.
Look at insert name here. Barco ends up going to a big name. Look what Barco did. Look what Almiron did. Look what Martinez did. Look at all these guys.
Even Weston McKennie or Christian Pulisic, they were a part of the development academy.
Those guys, a lot of these guys, maybe some of the younger kids that don't make their respective youth academies go and play college, end up getting drafted, like a Julian Gressel or a Jack Harrison. You have to. People are gonna start realizing, okay, MLS is gonna start rising into a league that sells younger, I guess, South American-based players, and a lot more players will try to get into their academies and whatnot. I think the next big issue that's gonna come for MLS, next big one. Can you guess what it is, Steven? Guess for me.
No, I don't know.
I think it'll be the development of American players. I think that is going to be a bigger issue. It's slowly coming up, but the South Americans are coming in, and they should. They're quality players, and instead of developing their own players, which they should be, MLS teams are buying more and more South Americans and more players. I think the development of the American players is going to be lacking at some point.
Well, the development of American players happening in Europe. Josh Sargent,
yeah,
Christian
it's kind of
Pulisic,
like reversed.
Weston McKennie, Shaq Moore. So
yeah, no, you're right.
Keaton Parks.
Emerson Hyndman.
Emerson Hyndman. Anyway, listeners, I hope you enjoyed it. You follow us on Twitter at
Listeners,
UncSamSoccerPod.
I hate to interrupt Steven, but we do have a very, I think it's going to be interesting show coming up next week.
Wednesday.
Be on the lookout. We're very excited to have this guest on. I honestly just want to blur it out right now, but I want to keep it a surprise. But
Yes.
should I blur it out? Or should I keep it a surprise?
We will let you know Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Sunday.
But it's very exciting because there's a lot of issues going around with the dual national in the United States, especially with Jonathan Gonzalez, and we're going to speaking to somebody that knows about the subject very well, and
Yes.
we're very excited to bring him on. I'm very excited to discuss this about him, especially with the news that just came out about Jonathan Gonzalez from Herculez Gomez earlier on this week. So, guys, be on the lookout. Make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes, and then if you are, unsubscribe and then resubscribe again and re-download. And
Share,
pardon my take.
Follow,
And share, retweet, all that good stuff. And if you're new to this show, welcome.
Welcome indeed. Stephen Jodrin, Armand Kafai, assistant producer, Jake Watroba. You know the team. Till next time.